everyone! Welcome back to Career Bound, brought to you by Built by Girls. I'm Carol, and I'm here with my co host, Danya, and we're going to help you take all that inspiration from the commencement speech and put it to good use.
At Built by Girls, our mission is to provide our community of female and non binary students with the tools they need to successfully launch their careers. So, we're used to talking about all things career related, but we also want to give you the tools to be a successful adult. And part of that is putting your best financial foot forward. Today, we're going to talk about how to make smart money moves as a postgraduate.
Yep, that's right. We're going to discuss how to set financial goals, and then we're going to debunk 5 common money myths. Be sure to stay till the very end to hear from our special guest, Tiffany Alice, who is a self proclaimed budgetista, and she'll be tackling the topic of student loans.
Before we dive in, Carol, let's talk a little bit about our personal relationship with money.
Yeah, well, growing up, I was always taught that it was important to save. I grew up in a family that was pretty frugal, and we were only spending money on what was really considered important. So early on, I knew that spending my money wisely was the way to go. But as I became an adult, I realized that I was saving and saving, but I had no idea what I was actually saving towards. I didn't think about setting any financial goals for myself to ensure that I was actually building the life that I wanted financially.
Yeah, and for me, I didn't really start making money moves until well into my post grad life. I waffled a bit when it came to getting my personal finances in order, let alone thinking about things like retirement savings or paying off my student loans. So now it kind of feels like I'm catching up when I see some of my peers being real adults and buying houses and putting down payments and things like that. So I always thought that I could just be young and save the adulting for later. So that's absolutely not what I'd recommend for all the 2020 grads out there. It took me a while to get my financial ducks in a row. So if there's any advice that I can offer today, it's to not follow my lead and to instead start right now.
The good news is that you don't have to start on this financial journey alone. We're here today to dismantle some money myths, offer some guidance, and also point you to some more resources that can help you own your money moves as a post grad. Honestly, it's going to be a lot, but we're going to break it all down for you.
So before we get into the nitty gritty advice, we want to call out that everyone has a different relationship with money. Money can be a complex thing that has a lot of real emotions tied to it, and whatever your relationship is with money, we want to help you today by just offering some tips that can help you reach those financial goals and as you enter into this post-grad world.
Let's start off with some basics. Before we can get in control of our money and make any financial goals, we have to have a good understanding of our current financial situation. This is the very first step, and it's important that you don't skip it. So, first, how much money are you making, known as your income? How much money are you spending, aka your expenses? And of course, how much are you saving? These are all questions we need to answer so that we can get a sense of where you're at with your money right now. Doing this work isn't going to be fun, but it's going to feel so good afterwards, kind of like a gym workout. Speaking of, I haven't done one of those in a while, but I should really get on that.
So write this down on a monthly basis. First, how much money are you bringing in? Do you have a full-time job or an internship that pays a stipend? Whatever it is, write down every single way you're adding money to your money pot. Then, on a monthly basis as well, write down what you're spending. So, in a little bit, we're going to give you a really great rule of thumb that will help you best allocate your spending. But in the meantime, right now, just write down your current situation. It's not going to be exact since, of course, we all splurge on things from time to time, but think about some of those fixed expenses that you have, such as your rent, food, groceries, and utilities, and student loans, things like that. So then if you subtract the two numbers, your earnings from your expenses, then you have the amount that you can think about saving. So those are the 3 things we want you to remember: your income, your expenses, and your savings. And once you have all of that down, you now know your current financial situation. And don't worry, I just figured mine out a few years ago, so it's really never too late to start doing this type of work.
And now that you know your current money situation, we can start thinking about the future and about the financial goals that we want to set and achieve for ourselves. So, why don't we this weekend block off some time to brainstorm what your financial goals are? Write down all of the goals that you have and then narrow it down to 1 to 2 that you want to tackle right away. And you can start a document or a spreadsheet so that you can track your progress over time. These money goals can be as specific or as broad as you want them to be, and they're probably going to be tied to your career or life goals as well. So maybe you want to pay off your student debt in the next 5 years, or you want to put aside some money for an emergency fund, or maybe you just really want that fancy car. Whatever your goal is, calculate the amount that you're aiming to have, and you can quickly see how long it'll take for you to get there. So, for example, let's say you want to save $3,000 and put it into an emergency fund. And every month, you know you're saving about $500 that you can put aside for savings. Doing some simple math, you'll see that you can actually reach this financial goal in just 6 months. And 6 months isn't too far away. You can see how important it is to have this goalpost and have this direction because now we're actually saving towards something tangible versus a nebulous idea of the future.
So, one more thing before we get into the money myths that we're going to dismantle today. If the amount that you're saving every month isn't what you hope it to be, then there's two levers you can pull. The first one is your income, and the second is your expenses. So think about ways that you could increase your income. Perhaps you can ask for a promotion at your job or add another income stream on the side. Or think about ways you can decrease your expenses. Maybe you can cut back on your monthly food expense by making your own lunch instead of ordering takeout. And now that you have the full picture of your money situation, you hold the key to your financial future.
And if there's anything you need to remember, just remember income, expenses, and savings. All right. We actually polled our Built by Girls community last week to get their input on this topic. We asked them the question, what is your number one money goal as a student or recent grad? And here are the results. Bum, ba, bum. It looks like creating and maintaining a budget is the number one goal that is on most people's minds right now, which is a little surprising given that student loans and making big purchases were also choices in that poll. But regardless, lucky for you because budgeting is the next topic that we're going to tackle right now because there's a lot of misconceptions about what it is.
Okay, so now we're going to break down some common money myths and share our advice for making smart money moves as a postgraduate that work for you. So the first myth is proper budgeting means only buying what you need, not what you want. Budgeting is a form of self-discipline that essentially allows you to not go overboard on your spending. But budgeting doesn't have to be extremely rigid or take all the fun out of your life. That would be unsustainable and is probably more likely to lead you to spend more than you need to on unnecessary expenses. So instead of thinking of budgeting as a barrier to your fun, think about it as a way to enable healthy financial habits and plan within your means. If you want to splurge on some new clothes or the latest iPhone, that's of course totally up to you. The key is to work these types of expenses into your budget from the get-go so that you can plan for them and still budget for other types of expenses too.
In fact, it's important to strike a balance between spending on necessities, splurging on fun expenses, and also saving towards your financial future. Most financial experts recommend the 50-30-20 rule. And according to this philosophy, 50% of your monthly income should go towards necessary expenses, things like rent, utilities, food, bills, the important stuff. And then 30% of your income goes towards the fun stuff like ordering takeout, buying your ninth pair of new sweats, or renting a movie to stream for the weekend. And then 20% of your monthly budget should go towards your long-term financial goals, goals like your savings account, your retirement fund, and paying off debt. If you want to learn more about the 50-30-20 rule, be sure to check out the Built by Girls blog for more.
The trick to any budget is to find some way to track it. There are a lot of different types of apps and software out there that can help you track your expenses and stay on budget, so we recommend researching those and finding something that works for you and your situation. Or you can always go the good old-fashioned route like me and keep track of your budget and expenses with a spreadsheet. But either way, the key is to keep watch over your spending so that you can pivot when you need to. Buying a bunch of things and only checking your bank account every once in a while is not a good strategy. Trust me, there were many times when I did just that. I remember opening my bank account and thinking to myself, it won't be that bad, and I was unfortunately in for a pretty rude awakening.
Oh my goodness, me too. Don't get me started. Budgeting was honestly non-existent for me for the longest time. My way of budgeting was just saving as much as possible and avoiding looking at my bank account unless it was absolutely necessary. If you want to avoid being like me or Dania, you can start now by creating a budget, choosing a system that works for you, and also tracking your progress often.
All right, so budgeting is all about allocating money toward different needs. And one of those needs may be saving for retirement. We know it's not the most exciting topic out there, but don't you want to live in some tropical location by the time you retire? Or maybe that's just me.
Don't worry, it's not just you. I dream about that often too. We can go off and retire together. So, anyways, here's the next money myth. I'm too young to start saving for retirement. Never. You're never too young. And the big secret is the younger you start, the bigger the advantage that you have. And for this, I want to talk to you about the idea of compounding interest. It's a simple concept, and once you know it, you can't unsee it. Compounding interest is interest earned on money that was previously earned as interest, aka interest on interest. That's a mouthful, but you're still with us, right? A better way to explain this idea is to think about the snowball effect. And Dania's going to actually take you through a tangible example so that you can see the power of compounding interest.
So let's consider someone who started investing at age 25 versus someone who started at age 35. Everything else is constant. Their interest rate is the same at 7%, and they both put in the same amount of money, $1,000 per month, over 10 years. By the time they each turn 65 and are ready to retire, you can see how drastically different their funds are. While they both put in the same amount of money, you'll see that someone who started at age 25 ended up with over $1.4 million by the time they retired, whereas an individual who started at age 35 ended with just over $700,000 by that time.
The numbers don't lie, just start early. It's honestly not about how much you're saving every month, so don't think you need to put in a hefty sum for it to be impactful. It's actually just more important how much time you let your savings compound on each other or accrue. So, what does this mean? Number one, start saving early and consistently, even if it's a small amount. And then number two, if you have a job that offers a 401k plan and employer matching, you should definitely try to contribute as much as you can. And at minimum, try to match the employer's percentage. All right, after a quick break, we'll come back to dismantle the next money myth, which is all about credit.
We've been broadcasting.
Okay, let's put the future on hold for a second and come back to the present. It's time to talk about credit, including what it is and how to build it. This section has a lot of money terminology, but stick with us as we break things down for you. The next money myth we're debunking is having a credit card will only get me into debt. For me, I didn't get my first credit card until after college, and until then, I was pretty wary of them because I didn't want to spend above my means or get myself wrapped up into debt. But at the same time, I kept hearing about credit scores and didn't know why they were so important. So if this is you right now, don't worry. Credit, to put it simply, is your ability to borrow money. And often you put this ability to use via a credit card. It's true that credit cards create more debt, which is just money that you owe, so you do have to use them smartly. But here's where things get a little weird. Building credit is actually a good thing, and having a good credit score is something that's important for big life events that you may want to do in the future, like renting an apartment or applying for a loan.
A credit score is simply a fancy way of saying how likely a person is to pay off debt or make a consistent payment. And the higher your score is, the more confidence lenders will have in your ability to pay, which means the more likely that you'll get that loan or they'll be able to sign a lease with you. So here's how you build credit without getting yourself into a giant hole of debt that you can't climb out of. First, apply for a credit card that works for your situation. Some credit cards have annual fees, but there are a lot of options that don't, so look for those. And you can assess your options based off of things like the annual fees and things like spending limits, not things like bonus miles, which are a nice perk, but that's really not why you should be getting that credit card. And also, be sure to read the fine print before you apply.
That's really good advice, Carol. I never read the fine print. Oops. Well, for some more tips on how to choose the right credit card, you can also check out these resources from Cachet. Once you have your credit card, use it for routine monthly purchases that you know you can afford, such as groceries, your Netflix subscription, or your monthly utility bills. Try to avoid using your credit card for making big purchases that you don't need and can't afford, like expensive concert tickets or designer clothes.
Oh, I've been there. Expensive concert tickets are literally the bane of my existence. But take it from us, spending above your means is one of the easiest ways to accumulate a lot of credit card debt, and that is not what you want to do. But sometimes a credit card might be the only way you can make a big necessary purchase, which is totally okay. They can also be good to have in case of an emergency. Just make sure that you've included those expenses in your budget so that you know you can pay them back in a timely manner. If you're able to limit your credit card spending to routine monthly expenses, that's the way to go. Still, you should try to pay them off in a timely manner. So, if you need to set reminders for yourself on your phone or in your calendar for a few days before the deadline, you should do that to ensure that you're not late and that you can avoid those pesky late fees. Also, most credit card companies allow auto pay. So, if you're keeping your spending pretty consistent from month to month, that is a really good option for you as well.
To sum it up, when you consistently use your credit card and you consistently pay it off, you build credit in a good way, and that can help you down the line. So don't be afraid of credit, but be sure to use it to your advantage.
Now let's take a break from the complex topics of debt and budgeting and credit, and let's talk about something a little more exciting, which is salary negotiation. A common myth, especially when it comes to recent grads, is I'm too inexperienced to negotiate on an entry level salary. Before we debunk this, we have a trivia question for you. What percentage of workers do you think negotiated their salaries during their last job offer? 39%. Yes, it's true. Only 39% of workers negotiated their job salaries. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't.
As a recent graduate, it's understandable that you might feel inexperienced. But this doesn't mean that you can't negotiate the salary on a job offer. And in fact, most companies expect you to negotiate. So you should feel empowered to do so when you get a job offer that has a pay rate or a salary that doesn't line up with what you want. The worst that can happen is that that company says they're just not able to meet your salary needs. The key to negotiating a salary is knowing your worth. What I mean by that is that you should know what the common salary is for the job that you're applying for. Factors that go into that include your job title, your experience level, degrees that you might have, or even the industry, type of company, or city that you live in. The good news is that you're not expected to know all of this on your own. There are a ton of resources out there like Glassdoor that can help you estimate your expected salary based off of your experience and the desired job you're looking for.
And also, beyond the tools that Dania just mentioned, a great way to get a sense of salary or future earning potential is actually to talk to people in your desired role or industry. Or if you don't really know anyone yet, you can also talk to peers who are beginning to start their entry level jobs right now. Talking about money is sort of taboo in a lot of places, but the more we talk openly about it, the more that we can shed light on issues like equal pay for women and especially women of color. So do some research, reach out to trusted friends or mentors, and also don't be afraid to negotiate your job offer. All right, one more quick break, and we'll come back to discuss the topic of student loans with our special guest. So, the last money myth we're here to dismantle is I'll never pay off my student loans. Student loans can be really stressful, and we get it. I'm still trying to pay off mine as well. But for this myth, we're turning to an expert. Today, we're joined by Tiffany Alice, aka the Budgetnista, a financial educator who is dedicated to making life changing financial education accessible to women worldwide. Today, Tiffany is going to share her best advice for paying off student debt as a postgrad in this climate.
Hey, 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 it's me, Tiffany, the Budgetnista, your favorite financial educator in class of 2020. I want to say I'm really proud of you. I know how hard it is to achieve graduation. I myself, I've got my bachelor's and my master's degree, so I know the level of work involved, and especially during these uncertain times, and somehow you've made it. But I want to make sure that in making it, you take the right and the strongest foot forward, especially with your finances. I want to talk to you about what I wish I would have learned or known right before I graduated, what I wish I have known about my money. So, first things first, you are entering into financial adulthood. And not that you're not an adult, but there's a certain level of adulthood that happens once you graduate college. And I want to make sure that you put the right foot forward. So it's going to be essential as you navigate through financial adulthood that you make decisions that don't add on to your monthly expenses. So you might have some expenses coming your way in the next few months. Student loan debt. You might be considering getting an apartment. You might be considering getting a car if you don't have these things already. There might be other bills that are out there waiting for you. So many of us who have been in financial adulthood for years and years and years are like, wait, before you enter into this space, I want you to be mindful to minimize how many new bills you introduce into your life. There's some bills that you can't help. You can't necessarily help your student loan bill. That's understandable, but you certainly can help how you purchase a car. You certainly can help where you live and how you pay for that. So here's some of my suggestions to you to make sure that you live a richer life without spending more. If you're able, I know not everyone's able to move back home with their parents. I'm very well aware of that. But if you are able to move back home with your parents, consider doing that and saving. Saving is going to be your best friend and the strongest foot that you can step out on when entering into financial adulthood. So if you have that opportunity, lean into it. And if you don't have that opportunity, you absolutely need to get yourself an apartment. Start looking for a roommate as well. Minimizing the cost of your living expenses, it's really going to play a tremendous role on the rest of your financial life. So that's one, minimizing the cost of your living expenses, whether it's moving home if you can or moving in with a roommate. Secondly, many people need a car. And I get it. You feel like I graduated, I deserve a really nice car. Skirt, let's wait. Here's the thing I want you to try to do. One, if you're able to wait on a car and save for that car and purchase a car in cash, not a brand new car. I'm talking about a little used car that can cost you a few $1,000s that can get you from point A to point B. I know it's not as cute as a car maybe that you had in your head, but here's the thing about a new car. I myself have never, ever, 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 ever had a new car, meaning like the car that has come out that year, because of something called depreciation. Depreciation means that something that is valuable loses value over time. And cars, unlike this shirt, depreciate super quickly. Finance a car that's just a couple of years old. Save as much money as you can. So that's number two. One, finding a place to live that's going to be reduced. Two, finding transportation that will also be reduced. And three, I would really caution you into creating new bills. It's going to be very tempted when you get your first place to have a blender bill, a couch bill, a bedroom set bill. And you're like, well, I wouldn't get those things. Well, if you use your credit card to purchase those things, that's indeed what you're doing. And so those things are not essential. I especially want you to wait, save, and purchase those things outright. Because if you put it on your credit card, essentially you have those bills. The key to really growing wealth, the key to being able to truly afford and enjoy your life financially is to reduce the amount of money that you pay out every single month so you can increase the amount of money that you keep in every single month. So keep your bills low, keep your income high, and congratulations. I'm really proud of you.
Huge shout out to Tiffany, aka the Budgetnista, for all the great advice. Be sure to check out more of her resources and work at thebudgetnista.com. So that's it for debunking money myths. From budgeting and retirement to credit and student loans, there are so many ways to take control of your financial future and reach your financial goals.
And it might be scary to join the adult world, but starting and keeping healthy money habits can help make the adult world feel a little less daunting. So remember, set those reminders for yourself, subscribe to your favorite money-related newsletters, and turn to your friends and mentors for advice when you need it.
And don't forget to go easy on yourself and treat yourself every once in a while if you're able to. There is so much going on in the world right now, and being stuck at home during a pandemic can be very tough. But whether you spend money or not, it's important to spend time on the things that you love.
And that's it for now from Team Built by Girls. Tune in next week for our final career bound. Hang in there and take care, everyone.